Good morning. I'm out for a walk and I thought I'd bring you with me. The first thing I want to tell you is check out my wicked cool jacket. I've had this since, probably 1982, and I bought it at a yard sale then. And now they would call it retro. My kids just say it's tacky, but I love it. And it folds right up into like the size of a dime. So, I mean, it's so cool to carry around. So, I just wanted to share my jacket with you. Uh, the other day when I had my sorry about the barking. When I had my, what's it called, retreat. Trying to ignore the dog that's coming up on my heels as we speak. Oh, hello, Mr. Dog. That's good girl. Go home. That's good girl. Okay. Um, the okay. A question came through at the retreat that I thought was really, really awesome. The message that the guides gave, the answer that the guides gave was friggin' awesome. It was phenomenal. And I was so excited with having the ladies at my house. I forgot to do any recording of anything, which I regret. However, I trust that everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. And so I'm going to just share what they brought through today. So the question was, because remember I've told you about themes and how the guides seem to interact with me with themes. This particular question keeps coming around. She asked it on that day, a form of it. And then when I did my group thing I've been doing on Mondays, I don't know if I've explained that to people yet, but anyways, it's a thing I'm doing with other people. And that question come up, and it just was, again, it was just a beautiful explanation. So I want to talk about it. So the question the lady asked, to pretty close, is she understands the concept that when we come forth, we have some pre-birth agreements, and some is predestined. And she said, but are those pre-birth agreements, are they all like set in stone? And is our time of death set in stone? Is that something that is it an absolute once we come forward? And basically what the guides gave me was this. First of all, when it comes to the pre-birth agreements, so we come forward, they always show me this big boardroom where people are sitting around talking about what's the best. And this is what happens between souls before an incarnation. And so these agreements are come to that X, Y, and Z throughout this person's life could happen, will happen. And are they guaranteed that they're going to happen? And the answer to that is no and yes. So we're born human and we come into the 3D reality, and we have our opportunity to live and to grow. We have free will. We have the other agreements of time and space and duality and all that kind of thing. So at any moment, this is again the magic of the present moment. It depends on your frequency in the present moment, what the next thing is going to be. So let's just take, for example, if someone was born into an abusive household, here standing up here. If someone was born into an abusive household, so we all know stories of people who were born into those horrible childhoods, who then go on to be horrible adults and do that awful, awful things. And that's how that all plays out. Okay, that's one scenario of how that awful childhood manifests within the lifetime. But we also know stories of people who were born into the horrific childhoods, who take what they learn and develop into the most caring, compassionate, loving individuals in the world. Robin Plansong comes to my mind. I've never heard any more horrific beginning to a life than what she experienced. And you can look her up online. She's a beautiful soul, and she's been part of my journey around this sound thing. But so she took the horrificness and let it change her, let it bring her to the next level. She let it open her to her guides, nudges and coaxing and beckoning her on a journey that could be full of love and compassion and helping the world and helping to raise the vibration of the world. The first person I talked about, their guides are beckoning them too, but they're not able to hear it. And so if you are living 100% in a 3D experience, then you are going to live out all of the different opportunities that your pre-birth agreements established. And there's, that's just it. You're living in the 3D world. But if along your path, in each individual moment, we have choices, we have free will, and we can decide that we're going to love a little bit more. We're going to turn up our energy a little bit more. We're going to be more compassionate. That brings a new, higher timeline into our experience. I've shared this many times. They've given me this visual in my mind of the present moment being right here, and that there are infinite. Joe Dispenza talks about this. All of that team of brilliant minds talk about that that there are infinite possibilities and probabilities. And the possibilities are infinite. It's infinite, but it's going to match what you are vibrating in this moment. That's why the guides are bringing so many things into my experience right now to help me. And then if they know I'm on this path to helping you to really consciously take control of your frequency. That's what they helped me to write the book about. My second book is Establishing Your Frequencies. And it's got lots of stuff in it that helps people to come back to the present moment, to tend to their vibration. And that's what it's all about. That's what they're teaching me all the time. I got to pause because I need to take off my cute, cool jacket. So that is why that's the answer to the question of, is our pre-birth agreements in stone? Is there any way to get around them? And that's why the answer is both yes and no. Because if an individual stays in the 3D dimension, the 3D realm, an experience, and we all know people, and that this is with no judgment, and it's okay. I can't stress that enough of how many times they have told me that there is no judgment on the other side. They're not up there going, oh shoot, they're wasting this incarnation, because the experiences that fractal of that oversoul is having down here will be brought back to the whole, to the all. Now about when it's your time to pass. Again, the same kinds of things factor in. Suzanne Giesemann her guides have said that there are like exit points along the path, along our lifetime. That feels correct to me. If you follow the trajectory of your life from the human perspective, then when it is one of those exit points, you're gonna, if it resonates, you're gonna take that exit point. But once you've leveled up in your understanding, once you have a more conscious, deliberate, intentional, I'm going to use the word grip on how we navigate between dimensions, that we are vibrating between third, fourth, and fifth dimension all the time. That is what this incarnation is about. This is exactly what Sarah Landon said on Next Level Soul, her guide said, and it was so awesome that I have studied that, because there was pieces of that that just resonated with me that I really needed to unpack. And so once you have settled into that understanding, then your personal power starts to come to the top. That yes, we can manifest anything that we want. And like I think I've shared on another video, I would be in my head and it would short sheet my creative process, because I would be like, well, unless it's for my highest good that I get cancer, unless it's for my highest good that something bad happens. I know everything good is going to happen unless it's supposed to do something different. And my faith, I can have faith and trust that it's going to work out for the best. And that's a reality. That is definitely a reality and a creative process itself. But now it's like Sarah's guides gave me just that little extra that I needed when they said that those timelines are all true, but there's also a timeline when it's not true. And that we in this incarnation have the ability to vibrate into that timeline when we really and truly do not need the experiences to evolve. You know, nothing's going on for the most part in my life, and every day so I'm expanding. I can feel it. I can't even explain how my brain is working now, and it's just incredible. And it's just about coming back to that present moment. And I got as frustrated with them as I'm sure some of you might be with the repetitiveness of that. But if you go and listen to what Sarah said on that thing, I don't think she might have used that exact term, present moment. She might have, I can't remember. But I'm into the present and take charge of your vibrational output. And so now that I've had that awakening, and I mean, it's really, I've known it forever. It's like a waking up or a remembering. I've always known it. But now it's like, now I know that's why they're bringing all of these tips and tricks. Like yesterday was the first time that it came to me in this way, of the ability to physically induce vibration, and that has the potential of helping the person who has not learned to connect to energy yet to connect. Because like I did a video and I tapped my hand on the counter and the vibration went up my arm, and then I put my focus into that vibration. Now I feel energy all the time now, but I didn't only about a year and a half ago. I didn't feel it at all, ever. If I went deep into meditation, that's how I started to be able to feel vibration. And I thought it was this thing that was outside of me coming in, but it's not, you guys. We generate it. We can generate it, and that I'm using the term, it creates like a red carpet for our non-physical team to come in on. So when you just stop and stomp your foot, and you can feel that raising that energy up through your body, and then just feel what it feels like. Feel where the edge of it is. How far up your leg did it come? Use your focus. Invite it to come farther, and just start playing with it. Because again, they use the example of anybody can learn to play the piano. How much time and energy and practice are you willing to put in? And that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. And it doesn't, but it's cool because they're giving us all these facts. It doesn't take a lot of time. I got to this place through long meditations, meditations that lasted, some of them hours. One day I remember being like 2.5 or 3 hours of meditation. For me, that's a long damn time to be laying, just floating with the clouds. But I was dancing in that energy. I was experiencing that energy, and it was beautiful. But you don't have to do that now. I mean, meditation certainly is a tool in this toolbox of connection, but it's only one tool. Meditation is about expanding. So if you can take a second and thump your leg with your intention, maybe add a breath, maybe add a sound, ooh, and just feel it go out into the cosmos. There you go. There's your meditation. Honestly, that is how they're telling me that this is working for people. And just have that beautiful feeling of expectation. Zero. No, the wrong word. I knew it wasn't feeling right. No expectation, but anticipation. Anticipate when the cool thing is going to happen. When you're going to just put your hand out in front of you and say, I want to feel the energy in that hand. And that ball of energy will turn right up in that hand. And you're like, holy cow, that's energy. I can feel it. And then you say, okay, move over to my left hand. And you can feel it move to your left hand. And then you can say, move up my arm, and you can feel the energy move, because you can do that. That is just, it's learning. So then once you learn those little parlor tricks, so to speak, then when you have a question or you need some support, you thump or sing, you get that energy flowing, and then you say, universe, I say Heavenly Father, I still pray Heavenly Father, show me the correct path. Bring to me what I'm supposed to do next. Help me to have a clear mind and know. And you wait for the answer, and you're anticipating, where's it going to come? The answer's coming. There's guaranteed it's coming. When's it going to come? How's it going to show up? Oh my goodness, it's exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait. I just can't even imagine how it's going to work itself out. How it all works. So that's going to be the theme for a while. And I just posted a video this morning already when I was nudged to do my meditation, where I toned all the chakras. I did it on a video, so you can look for that video. I think it's the title on the little thumbnail is Magic and I can't remember. Something magic. Magic and miracles. And I've got my new awesome logo on there, which is so beautiful. It was gifted to me by someone that I've become friends with to do this work. And she just, out of the love of her heart, wanted to do something for me. And it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So I guess that's it for this morning. I'm going to have a day on my party boat. You can see the gloriousness. And in Maine, we have had rain since June hit. We've had almost no sunny days in June. So I'm going to play. My girlfriend Jeanette's coming over, and we're going to have a good time. Yeah, so I hope you guys have as glorious of a day as I'm anticipating, and blessings. Don't forget to subscribe to my station.